So earlier this week, I decided to run 100 ALK to yellow tier maps consisting of 20 maps from each tier. However, on top of running these maps, I decided to run Fortune Favors the Brave in order to find out if this investment in the map device can truly yield significant results. In this video, I'll be going over exactly the profits I made from this project, the most valuable encounters I came across, as well as the ultimate verdict on if Fortune Favors the Brave is truly a worthwhile investment. As an added bonus, I'll also attempt to take down a T6 ATOL map boss with Righteous Fire on my current Deadeye setup. This was your guys' idea. If you enjoy seeing projects like this one, consider subscribing to the channel. After running the 100 yellow tier maps, I collected around 8 exalts worth of loot according to TFT's bulk selling tool. However, since I wanted to minimize the time spent selling my loot, I sold my items to a bulk buyer on the TFT Discord and was able to extract a total of 6 exalts and 116 chaos. Combine that with the 30 raw chaos I picked up from my maps and we have a grand total of 6 exalts and 146 chaos. Since I invested exactly 3 chaos and 1 alchemy orb into every map, we can calculate our total expenses to be about 320 chaos. Subtract that from our earnings and we have a total of 5 exalts and 6 chaos profits from this project. The build that I chose to run the 100 yellow tier maps was a lightning arrow Deadeye with around 9 exalts worth of gear. For my Atlas passives, aside from using basically the same nodes as in the last project, I also allocated shaping the valleys in order to maximize the returns from Fortune Favors the Brave. Obviously, with an Atlas setup like this, many can infer that my greatest source of currency will likely come from essences. However, I do want to talk about the appeal of Fortune Favors the Brave this league, and why many people believe it can be worth running on your maps. And the main reason for this is because of the Delirium Mirrors, which allow you to drop the coveted Delirium Orbs that typically sell between 10 to 50 chaos each. With enough of these encounters over the long run, the Delirium Orbs should theoretically cover more than the cost of running Fortune Favors the Brave. Since I was conducting this project on a tight schedule, I decided to split up this project into 10 separate sessions where I ran 10 maps per session. Each session took me around 50 minutes to complete this time around, and from this we can calculate that I was able to make roughly 90 chaos per session or 108 chaos per hour. If we also calculate the time it took to sell my items in bulk, which was roughly 45 minutes, we can factor this in and find that the total currency per hour profits from this strategy is a little under 100 chaos per hour, including trade time. And so here's my final verdict on this strategy. Investing in Fortune Favors the Brave is not that great. Considering the fact that my RNG was actually pretty good with how many times I encountered Delirium Mirrors, and also how many of the pricier Delirium Orbs drops for me, the sheer cost of 100 Fortune Favors the Brave, and the increased time it took to complete each map significantly reduced the profits per hour that I was able to produce from this project. Obviously, in the context of an uber fast headhunter build that wouldn't lose much time from the extra added encounters, Fortune Favors the Brave definitely gives a greater yield per map. However, if we're speaking strictly in terms of time efficiency for builds that are typically hindered by the addition of extra content, Fortune Favors the Brave fails to yield significant results. If anything, I would stand to argue that with my current build and this project's given constraints, Fortune Favors the Brave just about pays for itself without producing much else. With the currency per hour I was able to produce from this project, we can look back and see that it would have been more efficient for me to be blasting normal rarity white tier maps at high speeds than to be farming out to yellow tier Fortune Favors the Braves at a significantly slower pace. Now of course, if it were the case that I farmed out to yellow tier maps without Fortune Favors the Brave, I think I would stand to see results that are a lot more desirable than the 100 normal white tier maps. But since I was keen on exploring the currency per hour yield of Fortune Favors the Brave, this is simply the price that I must be prepared to face when considering projects like these. And so that's really it for this project. If you enjoy seeing projects like this one and want to support more like it, consider subscribing to the channel. I plan to test out another 100 red tier maps with Wrath of the Cosmos allocated and Eater of Worlds influence, which seems to be one of the most popular map farming strategies on the higher end of maps. Thanks for watching the video this far, and now without further ado, let's get right into my Righteous Fire Deadeye demo.